Today, I'll be rating and showcasing every single breathing style to find out which is the best, starting with sound. And the first move is Bursting Bloom. And with this move, you just dash towards your enemy and you slash them. 7 out of 10. The second move is Raw. I'm sorry. Here, you lift your sword up and you smash it onto the ground, creating an explosion. This one is alright. 7.5 out of 10. And now, move number 3, Resounding Slash. And this move is pretty cool, since you create a lot of explosive slashes, and these do great damage to the enemy. It also deals a lot of damage to my ears. It is very loud. 8 out of 10. The fourth move is Explosive Impact. With this ability, you grab the enemy and pull them towards you before creating an explosion and blowing them away. If some of you care, this is a block breaker, so 8 out of 10. Move number 5 is Smoke Screen. With this ability, you create a smoke explosion to go invisible, and if you press the ability button again, you explode. 8.5 out of 10. The sixth move is String Performance. And this is a beauty, since with this ability you create a set of fireworks around you. And if the enemy gets hit by the initial charge, a set of animations play, dealing insane damage. It also looks pretty cool. 9 out of 10. The second breathing style is Wall. And the first move is Water Surface Slash. This ability is just a simple dash and slash. 7 out of 10. Move 2 is Water Wheel. This move is very good, since you spin in a water wheel towards your enemies. You can also hold down the button to keep spinning longer. Yeah, insane, I guess. 8 out of 10. The third move is Water Serpent. And with this ability, you release a water serpent towards the enemy. However, it is very easy to dodge, and aiming can be difficult. I know a lot of kids who are watching this video have terrible aim, so that's why I will just lower the rating. 6 out of 10. Move 4 is Drop Ripple Thrust. And this ability will make you dash forwards and release a ripple thrust towards the enemy. Why did they give all these moves such difficult names, man? This thing gets in 7.5 out of 10. The fifth move is Waterfall Basin. Here you just jump into the air and you create a water explosion when you land. It also breaks blocks, so another 7.5 out of 10. Now the last move is Constant Flux. With this ability, you just keep spinning with a ring of water around you, and at the end you just release a water dragon towards your enemy. I didn't even knew this existed. 8 out of 10. Well, overall, Water gets a 7 out of 10. Pretty basic. Breathing style number 3 is Thunder. And the first move is Thunderclap and Flash. And with this move, you quickly dash through the enemy and you make them stand still. And then you just damage them. 7.5 out of 10. Move 2 is Heat Lightning. And with this move, you send an explosion lightning fast towards your enemy. 7 out of 10. The third move is Rapid Slashes. And this one is pretty obvious, since you just rapidly slash the opponent. Nothing special. 7.5 out of 10. Moving on to number 4, Rumbling Thunderbolt. You just grab the opponent and take them into the sky and slam them into the ground. Yo, these moves are starting to get so violent. 8 out of 10. Move numero 5 is Rise Spirit. And this one is pretty cool, since you create a sort of bubble around you, and the moment you release the attack button, you teleport inside of a stream of lightning towards the enemy. 7.5 out of 10. The sixth move is Thunderclap and Flash Sixfold. What if you missed his name? But this one is pretty much the same as the first move, but it just does more damage and it breaks blocks. So 8 out of 10. In total, Thunder gets an 7.5 out of 10. Breathing style number 4 is Snow. And the first move is Layered Frost. With this, you launch yourself into the air and you slam into the ground, turning the ground into ice. 7 out of 10. Now move number 2 is Frost Path. This move allows you to go in snow and then you dig yourself into the ground, leaving a snow pathway behind you. And when you go out of the snow, the enemy above gets hit by an attack. 7 out of 10. The third move is Frost Desert. Upon use, you spin around and put your sword up into the air, and then you just create an avalanche of snow. 7.5 out of 10. Move number 4 is Frost Gnaw. Here you pull your sword back and you shoot snow out of your sword, dealing solid damage. 7.5 out of 10. The fifth move is Illusory Storm. And you do the same as the last move, but you shoot 3 times in a row. And it's also a block breaker. 8 out of 10. Now the last move from Snow is Snowtide Vortex. Here you swing your sword and you summon 2 icicles that go through the enemy. 8 out of 10. And the overall score of Snow is a 7.5 out of 10. Moving on to breathing style 5 5 is Insect, with the first move being Jawbreaker. Here you launch yourself at the opponent and then body slam them into the ground. And because you're so fat, you even stun them. Move number 2 is Dance of the Beasting through Flutter or something. This move is just a simple jab towards the opponent. 7 out of 10. Now the third move is Dance of the Dragonfly Compound Eye Hexagon. Yo, I swear, if I see one more hard name. But anyway, with this move you jab a lot of times towards the opponent before doing one final powerful jab. 7.5 out of 10. The fourth move is Dance of the Centipede 100-legged Zigzag. And here you dash towards the enemy, finishing it off with a powerful jab. This move can be held down to increase the duration of the dash. A little tip for you guys. 8 out of 10. Move number 5 is Mantis Kick. This move is a bit different because it's a counter. So when you're being attacked, you can press the ability button and kick them away. 8.5 out of 10. The sixth move is Butterfly Dance Caprice. I don't know. This move is basically the same as the first move, except it does more damage and it breaks blocks. 8.5 out of 10. Overall, Insect gets an 8 out of 10. Oh, that's pretty nice. The sixth breathing is Wind, and the first move is Purifying Wind. And with this move, you will send a massive wind towards your enemy. It's just basically a big fart. Sorry. 7.5 out of 10. Move number 2 is Dust Whirlwind Cutter. This will make you dash towards the opponent inside of a whirlwind. 7.5 out of 10. The third move is Clean Storm Wind Tree. With this ability, you create a massive 360-degree wind around you, dealing damage to anyone close. 8 out of 10. Move 4 is Black Wind Mountain Mist. You just basically uppercut your opponent, but with wind. This is nice. 8 out of 10. And the fifth move is Cold Mountain Wind. Here you create 3 massive wind slashes around you, dealing very good damage. 8.5 out of 10. Move number 6 is Ideating Typhoon. And here you start flying in the air and send 5 flying wind slashes towards the enemy. Of course, doing damage, and it also breaks blocks. 9 out of 10. Overall, Wind gets an 8.5 out of 10. So now we have the breathing style number 7, Flame. And the first move is Rising Scorching Sun. And this is another uppercut, but instead of wind, it is with flames. 7 out of 10. Move 2 is Unknowing Fire. Here you dash towards the opponent and you release a 360-degree strike of flames. Sounds really interesting, but 7.5 out of 10. The third move is Blooming Flame Undulation. I think I'm the only one who thinks these names are hard, but it's just a slash around the area of the enemy. 7.5 out of 10. Move number 4 is Blazing Universe. Here you jump into the air and you slash the opponent with flame when you land. 7.5 out of 10. The fifth move is Flame Tiger. I have to stop doing that. And here you create 2 flame slashes and then you end it with a Flame Tiger, which is a block breaker. 8 out of 10. Now move number 6 is Purgatory. You dash towards the enemy doing a slash. You also stab the opponent in epic fashion with a sick animation. This ability does insane damage and it breaks blocks. I do not recommend doing this in real life. 8.5 out of 10. Overall, Flame gets a 7.5 out of 10. Next up, we have breathing style number 8, which is Beast. And the first move is Peace. You just simply stab the opponent. 7 out of 10. Move number 2 is Crazy Cutting. And here you dash towards the enemy and start cutting them like crazy. 7.5 out of 10. Now, move number 3 is Bending Slash. You slash the entire area around you in 180 degrees. 7.5 out of 10. The fourth move is Throwing Strike. And basically you throw yourself at the opponent and you hit them into the face. 8 out of 10. Now move number 5 is Devouring Slash. You uppercut the opponent and you push them away. Simple but effective. 8 out of 10. Move 6 is Devouring Rush. Here you start quickly running towards the opponent and you send them into the air and then you slice their what? I thought this was a kids game. 8.5 out of 10. Overall, Beast gets an 8 out of 10. So now we came to breathing style number 9, Mist. And the first move is Cloud and Haze. You basically just dash towards the opponent, cover it in mist. 7.5 out of 10. The second move is 8-layered mist. And here you slash the opponent 8 times. What do you think the rating is? An 8 out of 10. Move number 3 is Distant Haze. You slash the area around you and teleport teleport towards the enemy. This does damage, of course, and it also breaks block. 8.5 out of 10. The fourth move is shifting flow flash. Here you do a 360 slash around you, dealing very good damage. 8.5 out of 10. Now, move number 5 is lunar dispering mist. You jump into the air and you release 3 mist slashes and you just damage the opponent. Basically like the wind ability. 8 out of 10. Now, the last move, obscuring clouds. You basically create a giant area filled with mist. And if your opponent is in this, he or she or it will get damage. And besides this, you will also turn invisible. Very OP. It is also a block breaker, so 9 out of 10. Overall, Mist gets a really high score. 9 out of 10. Leave your own opinions down in the comments. Goodbye.